What's going on? BD Wolfgang 1980 here, aka Bezell, the man that's seen the place to be in the QCNC. Hello, friends. Welcome on in. It's time for your NXT review for November 4th, 2015. Let me tell you, what a weekend for me, / end of the last week. Was sick Thursday and Friday. Just starting to finally get myself a little back together. Wake up Saturday morning, it's raining cats and dogs out there. Drip, drip, drip. Got a leak in my roof. So that's been my weekend as far as my activities. But if anything positive came out of the weekend, my Panthers are now 8-0, so go Panthers. But let's get down to your review here. Thanks for joining me. NXT for 11/4/2015. Your main event was going to be the much anticipated Finn Balor, your NXT champion, versus Apollo Crews, up and comer. Let's get down to the show here, my friends. Show starts off, nice video package leading into tonight's show. Definitely focusing on that main event we just spoke about. First match, right off the card, it's going to be Asuka, the rising star from Japan, or at least rising here in the NXT ranks, versus the returning Cameron from the Funkadactyls, or Girl Bye, whatever you want to say. New attitude, new look. Before we get into this, because it was really more of the same, but let me just make a couple bullet points here on this one. As far as Cameron's concerned, we hadn't seen her in quite some time on television, and if you watch Total Divas, I admit I do watch it. It's one of my guilty pleasures. She kind of left or took herself out of the spotlight a while ago, said that she wanted to go to NXT and get better. Well, I must be honest with you, and I've heard other reviewers, she looked pretty good. I mean, she was able to sell the squash match properly. I mean, in a convincing manner. So I'm all about progress. I'm all about people working hard and getting that little bit of payoff, and then from there, maybe they go full bore. I liked what I saw. Cameron, you've been putting in some work, so you go, girl. But not enough this time, folks. No one's going to stop Asuka, not just yet. Crowd, obviously, completely behind Asuka. Cameron didn't look bad here at all. From there, Asuka does her usual. Once again, she does her usual, viciousness with the attacks and the kicks, some martial arts. But once again, she plays to the crowd, taunting, mocking her opponents. So showing some personality. And as I stated about 3 weeks ago when she did her debut, that I was a little nervous for her with the whole language barrier, but once again, we can talk to each other without speaking the same language. We can make gestures, we can do body language, things of that nature. So she understands that part of it, and hey, tip my hat. So Asuka looks good in the win, so did Cameron, looked good in the loss. She wins by tap out with a crossface chicken wing, so Asuka rolls on. I guess sooner or later we're going to have this confrontation or match between her and Emma. Let's move it along here, folks. From there, we get a backstage promo. It's Carmella. She's trying to give us an update on Big Cass and Enzo Amore after that attack from the mechanics Dash and Dawson last week. From there, Dash and Dawson interrupt. They come on out. They have a wheelchair with them. They call out the Vaudevillains, say this wheelchair is a present for them because they're going to need it when they're done facing them. You guys already know on this channel, I'm a fan of Dash and Dawson, so I'm curious and interested to see where this goes. But comment down below. Let's get your thoughts. From there, we got a promo from one of my favorites, definitely taking in that spot as far as, boy, I tell you what, I think I'd be happy to see these guys go against Dash and Dawson. But that's right, Gable and Jordan. Nice promo here. Definitely can take them more seriously now with their promos because the action is there. And kudos to Jordan. The personality is really starting to come out. It is. Comment down below if you see it as well. But we got a promo from Gordon from Jordan and Gable. They challenged the longest reigning NXT tag teams in history. They want them to make a comeback. That's right. We're talking about Connor and Victor, the Ascension. So I'm interested to see that. And to be honest with you, when the Ascension comes back to NXT, as they did, I think it was it was a few months ago, they had a little run in. The crowd actually gave them more love than they ever got at Raw. So I'm curious to see if the crowd still does that. I think they will. I think it'll be more of a, yeah, we still want to see Jordan and Gable go over, but welcome on back, boys. Come on in, So I'm interested to see that as far as what happens with that, how the crowd reacts. From there, we have Bull Dempsey, good old Bull Fit. He's going up against Angelo Dawkins, who was accompanied by Sawyer Fulton. Now, we had a short one here with Bull getting over. Got the 1, 2, 3. But the story of the match was, after the loss, Sawyer Fulton looked very disappointed. He kind of did the whole, back in the day, we used to call that fanning somebody off. He just waved them off, fanned them off. walked away. He was very angry and disappointed, and he left his friend and partner hanging. So we'll see where that goes, if for any of you that are interested. From there, the Vaudevillians cut a promo. They're responding to Dash and Dawson. They say next week they will maintain their status as the champions, and then they take that wheelchair that that Dash and Dawson left for them, and then they roll it off the screen. So that's what they think of their little present. From there, let's see. Apollo Crews is backstage. He's in the locker room. He's back there getting himself pumped up, mentally ready. He's also staring at the NXT title, hoping, steady, eye on the prize, the whole deal, getting pumped up. So we'll see what happens later on tonight. From there, Bayley, backstage promo as well. She introduces her tag team partners for next week's battle with Alexa Bliss, Blake and Murphy, but I call them Brooke and Murphy, Blake and Murphy. Her partners are going to be the Hype Bros, Mojo Rawley and Zack Ryder. So that'll be interesting. Not a huge fan of that tandem or tag team, but you know what? It could be worse. So I'll move on from there. Now Eva Marie is back. She's back from Paris. We've all been waiting, wink wink, for her to get back here. And let's see, they never introduced her opponent properly. So I have on here literally 2 question marks. I think her name was, I found out after the fact, her name might have been Cassie, or was it, I'm not sure. Comment down below if you know who she is. Because around here we love and respect women's wrestling. And she deserves some credit, especially how to do that job. But go ahead and comment down below if you're familiar with her. But I called her in my notes Little Trish, because she reminded me of a young, smaller kind of Trish Stratus. But she definitely showed she had some skills in the ring. We got it in kind of flashes and little batches here or there. From there, we get a botched kick and a new finisher from Eva Marie. Now, it was terrible. Now, maybe it was some miscommunication. I'm not sure what she was going for. Maybe kind of a reverse Russian leg sweep meets a DDT. I'm not real sure, but we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Mistakes happen even to the best of them. So I know some of you, you're kind of glad it's happened to her, but mistakes do happen even to the best of them. But I'm going to move on. To be honest with you, I was more impressed by Little Trish. So comment down below on that. But Eva Marie continues to move on. As far as her, I want to say she's undefeated, so she keeps moving forward. From there, we get one of my favorite, as far as 2 divas, or 2 women's wrestlers in NXT. We get Emma and Dana Brooke backstage. They cut a promo on Asuka. They said time is running out. And even Dana Brooke says, you know what? Hey, I may have lost that first match, but I'm definitely better now, and I've got you figured out, Asuka. So she says she wants another piece of her. So careful what you wish for, my friends. It is time. That's right. It's your main event. Babyface versus babyface. Who goes out on top? Probably two future world champions. So let's go. Sit up in your chair. I was ready for this. Finn Balor, your NXT champion, versus the challenger, up-and-comer Apollo Crews. Right from the get-go. Good back-and-forth action here, folks. Both wrestlers definitely going for it, but nothing too crazy here. Once again, this isn't a pay-per-view, but they did some, slow spots, slow and kind of building. Now, things got interesting because both wrestlers ended up going for their respective finishers, but both missed. The crowd is into this like crazy. Now, here's your finish, okay? And here's where we got some storyline, because you all know we're not going to get it. Nothing's going to happen with a match like this, not for free. So there had to be something, right? Well, here's what happened. Baron Corbin comes out of nowhere. He breaks up their match. He's attacking both wrestlers. Excuse me here. Let me flip my notes over. He attacks both wrestlers and ends up getting the match thrown out by DQ. From there, Samoa Joe comes in, cleans some house, takes care of Corbin, makes sure Finn Balor's doing okay, helps him up on his feet. Then boom. That's right. The Samoan submission machine. The wild man, the killer. Joe's going to kill you. Well, that Joe is back. That's right. The real mean Samoa Joe. Now, this can get really interesting. Comment down below, because I know, we got some really intelligent wrestling fans around here on this channel. So you know what this Samoa Joe brings to the table. So, Finn, my friend, your days are numbered, brother, because you got big time Samoa Joe, you got Apollo Crews, and anyone else coming after you right now. But once again, that's just the story of the game, isn't it? That's pro wrestling. You're the man at the top, you got the biggest bullseye. So let me go ahead and tell you what happened. Samoa Joe comes in, ends up cleaning house. He attacks Finn Balor. Because we said it once here at Bezell Speaks, we'll say it again. Literally, ain't no friends. That's right, I said ain't. Ain't no friends when it comes to world titles. So he ends up double crossing him. Big time muscle buster to Finn. Joe grabs the NXT title and then he ends up draping it over a knocked out Finn Balor. Some fans are happy and some were booing. So what a way to end the show. I definitely enjoyed the main event. We got some storyline. You knew good and well we're not going to get a clean finish out of that. So either way, we got some things to chew on to keep the story moving. I definitely am intrigued by Samoa Joe getting back to his heelish roots, as we like to say around here. So comment down below. And where does this leave Apollo Crews and his chances? Does he get another rematch? Will William Regal come out this week and make things right? Comment down below. But definitely, I missed you all. Definitely good to see you all. And hopefully you're glad to see me. But let's see here. One more thing before I go. Not too much news on the Lucha Underground front, at least that I've seen. So I'm definitely still checking. I want to try to do one of those Lucha Underground reports for you every week. But really didn't see too much going on. But either way, I'll keep my eyes open, ears open, and we'll see what we can find out for you all. But till we meet again, my friends, go out there, be good to one another, be good to yourself, be true to yourself. I will see you later, okay? Take care. Bezell's out, my friends. Go Panthers.